outside and be free. You do not know what it is to have to look over your shoulder and all you're doing is going to the store.
Hi, my love.
I love that haircut on you.
Cover that face and eyes.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
I will not make my shoulders strong so that I can hold what you consider how bad it should be. This isn't about freedom.
You gotta keep that
This
close.
is about being seen, respected, held, and loved. This is about why my dark skin that is kissed by the sun, why my dark skin that holds ancestors, why my skin brings you discomfort. This is the way that my lips move because everything I do has rhythm. This is because every single time that words come out of my full lips, they hold substance. I cannot change who I am. I have no choice of who I am to become. So I walk with light. Hoping that somewhere along the line the shadows do not overtake me and I can still find my way. So please, if you are not about walking with me, move to the side and let me clear that path because I know I am meant to be something bigger than what you think of me.
The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy. The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy. The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy. The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy.
I'm just saying, 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 I'm just
They call it fast.
Go out there and let them know that being black, Latino, and gay is not the defect, it's the defect. I know.
The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy. The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy. The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy. The Chulula takes it easy, Chulisi, the Chulula takes it easy.
Back to the ball, back to some more. Red carpet fabulous, jaws to the floor. He came to eat, he grabbing the sun. Look how he shine, look at him stun. Check out the moves on the floor. Pretty crowd begging for more. joint in the bag, Chulisi, you know.
Red carpet fab. Go out there, let them know, girl. Go out there, let them know, girl.
Yeah.
Go out
Let's
there,
get
let
it
them
started,
know.
honey.
Go out there, let them know.
Let's get it started.
Go out, let them know.
The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy. The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy. The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy. The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy.
I'm just saying, 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 I'm just saying. Let's do it up, my love. I'm just saying, 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 I'm just saying.
Red carpet fab. Comfortable one time. Yeah, and love the second time. But it was the third time that he was hooked.
The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy. The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy. The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy. The jeweler takes it easy, Chulisi, the jeweler takes it easy. Red carpet fabulous, headstrong, rip it, runway fire, baby. It ain't easy being chulo, it ain't easy being easy. Don't get it crooked, red carpet fabulous.
Red carpet fab.
Go out there, let them know, girl.
Fabulous and sexy.
Go out there, let them know, girl.
Fabulous and sexy.
Go out there, let them know. Go out there, let them know. Go out, let them know.
That's it. I've spoken. I'm putting my foot down. How's everyone doing? Thank you for coming. Welcome to Chulisivision. Woo! I'm very happy today to have host the show. I want to thank everybody for getting online. I see people are still coming in, and they're still getting adjusted. Hi, Nia. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Peggy. How you doing, my loves? I hope everybody's having a wonderful. It's Friday. The weekend's here. If you want, grab your little cocktail or whatever services you love to do when seeing a show, and sit back and relax. We're gonna have a wonderful show. By the way, the first song you heard was "Free" by Freaking New Yorkers. I was the spoken word artist on that. And the second one you just heard, the Chulisi theme song, was done by none other than El David. El David, raise your hand, please. Let them know you're here. El David produced that track. It was a pleasant surprise. I didn't know he recorded my vocals. I forgot about them, and then he threw something at me, and I was like, oh, yes, we could do a Chulisi theme song. And just when I was going to start promoting it, the pandemic started. So there goes live performances on that one. But I do promise that the minute we go back to a theater, I'm going to quite bring the theatrics for that song, can I tell you? That's definitely going to be. So tonight, I'm very happy to announce we have El David, we have Tiffany Janelle, we have Advocate of Words, and we have Kilmi Tarver. We have quite a wonderful, pleasant show lined up. I'm very happy that people are logging on to see this. Well, a lot of questions I get asked on the side is, how do I choose the people that I choose when I do my shows? Each of these people I've worked with, each of these people, I have this thing where very few artists, when they get on stage, make me want to go back into a notebook and write. And these guys do it for me. Kilmi makes me want to go back to dancing. And then the 52-year-old body tells me, we can't do all of that. And I'm like, you're right. We're just going to sail through a number. We're not going to do that because I can't dance the way I used to. Age has set in. Tiffany Janelle is a singer. I had heard her one time. And then when I went to, she had one of my shows, she absolutely blew me away. And me and Advocate have been friends for a very, very, very long time. And I still enjoy you, Advocate. After all these years, I still enjoy you. I enjoy a lot of people, but I don't like to say too much. So with that being said, again, thank you for joining us tonight at a night of Chulisivision. It's a variety show. Chulisivision, I usually do a Chulisivision show once every 3 months when the theaters were open. I believe that it's a great platform to have. When I go to shows, I like variety, so I always try to get a little bit of everything because I think that arts saves lives. I think that writing saves lives. I think that having a form of expression in your life can save your life. So I always try to throw all of this in so that someone who's watching can actually be inspired and be like, oh my God, I could do that. And hopefully
it'll bring some type of mental wellness to yourself. So without being said, I would really like to introduce the very first person. Let me get his bio, because you have to do the bios. You have to give the bios. You have to do the bios. Everything has a bio. You gotta have a bio, guys. My first performer is El David. He is a New Yorker poet, writer from the Bronx, New York, and author of the new poetry collection, Growing Up Rican. He is New York Taino Awards 2016 Arieto Poet of the Year. He is also the author of poetry collections, Growing Up Rican, Hip Hop Made, The Outlaw of Poetry, and a collaboration with author Manuel A. Melendez titled Outbursts of Horror. His works have been published in anthologies, Mi no Hablo with Acento, which is by Emmanuel Xavier, The Bandana Republic, edited by Luis Reyes Rivera, and the August 2019 Acentos Review, Performance of Breath, edited by Lupe Mendez and Peggy Robles Alvarado. Al is the founder of Urban Beat Poet Society, which, by the way, if you are looking, he actually has a page on Facebook called Urban Beat Poet Society. It is fire, 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 fuego, 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 fuego. You want to see poetry from all over? Hit that, like that page, make it known, because oye, el hermano está a candela, coño. Okay, I see how hype I get. I get hype when I love my people. It's Urban Beat Poet Society is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to create platforms for writers and artists through workshops, performance, music production, and publications. And let me tell you, people, the man is true to his word. The man is true to his word. As a curator, El David hosted the Spoken Word open mic series, in the most celebrated open mic series in the Bronx. I was featured there once. I felt like a movie star. Yes, I did. He has also featured readings at the National Black Theater in New York City, New Yorker Poets Cafe, Bowery Poetry Club, Bronx Museum for the Arts, Great Weather for Media, Hostos College, La Dea, Capicu Culture Showcase, and Museo del Barrio and Stevens Institute of Technology. People, without further ado, I introduce to you mi hermanito, El David, David Rodriguez. Do your thing, pa. Unmute yourself. Ahí estamos. Hola, ¿cómo tú estás, papi?
It's far away, man. And I'm 50 also, so I gotta take time to take time. All right.
The floor is yours, papi. Do your thing.
Yeah. You ready?
Let's go for it.
All right. I'll give you titles and I'll go right to the piece. The first time. The first time racism touched me, I was only a child. It burned my insides like venom forced through the blood in my veins, parting red seas with white malice, a dirty only Yemaya could wash clean. A home invasion. I did not invite it into this house, this vessel, this miracle of life. It tasted like whispered death, smelled like burnt scriptures. It felt like smoke in my lungs. This house was on fire. It felt in that moment like I was not living. I was only surviving. It felt like the blood on African bodies tossed into the sea by enslavers, luring ocean beasts to feed on them. Skin gold as the sacred sands of Playa Combate felt like viscous tar, thick and unclean. I could not move through it. It resisted flow. The love for ancient skin inscribed with generations of greatness, briefly forgotten. Pride, no longer sweet, became a sour taste in my mouth I thought could not be washed away. I died inside in that moment. And then I rose. I am a resurrection too formidable to annihilate. 256 Odu are written in my DNA. They cannot be transfused. You cannot appropriate this soul in this body. The names of my ancestors are legion. I breathe tempest winds of Oya. My blood is thicker than mud and it flows like rivers of Oshun. This is my house. Fear cannot rest here. Fear is not welcome here, and I do not need to change the locks to this home because fear never had the key.
Coño, comen.
This is really, really, really new-ish, about 10 hours new. Black woman. Black women have the highest rates of homicide in the country, but it is hard to tell when their stories are translucent. Their names loaded like Russian roulette, one name in the barrel spun, trigger pulled, typically no bang. If lucky, you might catch one to the dome that wakes you momentarily. You might catch a couple that leak through the cracks from justice-starved corpses pressed against the back of empire walls, but for the most part, the names fade to black. The best magicians couldn't match the disappearing act of slaughtered Black women accounts. They at best become legends, bones buried deep inside impenetrable sarcophagi. Their pain wilted with the last carnation petal that draped the lid, and their songs carried away with the wind. This tradition we have become accustomed to through centuries of being engrossed with his story, and few ever asked about her story. The pillars of the earth, the mothers of the universe, the givers of life, the reason for our existence. How could she be all that and not have a story to tell? If gods walk the earth, then their name is Black woman, and they to whom we owe everything are being trampled over, held under, spiked heel, forgotten, unwritten. Black woman stripped of breath by men of blue law. I see you, I love you, you matter.
Ay, Dios mío. Tira la puya que viene la ballena ahorita, coño.
How to make hostile people. Trample their motherlands with white feet that crack the spines of downtrodden backs. Burn the deeds to their lives, package them in shackles and chains, then wrap your guilt in fragrant flowers and lace. Rip centuries of culture from their hearts and waterboard them with Roman holy water until they kneel before ceramic gods that down to the eyes look nothing like them. Condition them to wait in silence for the resurrection of a savior who will come with invitations to a grand ball that they will not be invited to. Cram them into the bellies of floating beasts, stockpiled in pools of defecation and blood. Line the Atlantic with Black lives discarded for convenience. Plant your flags on their ancient dirt. Sort the earth that their golden hands forever cultivated. Declare yours the land their toes dug into for centuries, and christen that long-standing terrain the new world. Make invisible, make exploitable, make disposable human lives whose skin is any shade darker than pink. Ooh. Have a nation built on their lacerated backs and claim that nation yours. Force them to die in your wars, but deny them a voice, a vote, a right. Dehumanize them. Slander their existence, declare them cursed, decree your image beautiful and theirs grotesque, whitewash their self-love, deprive them of justice at every turn, watch their assassination by beasts behind badges and grant no redemption. Bury them in disadvantages, then blame them for the inability to rise. Take these instructions and teach them to their children. Paint greatness white and make ivory flesh the key to success. And when they rise with weapon in hand, call them evil, call them rioters, call them terrorists, call them hostile, as if hostility is not the God-given right of a persecuted people.
My man.
See what I'm saying, people? Like, how do you not want to, like, not go right now and grab your pen and be like, hold on, let me just write something because I just got inspired.
Thank you.
Let's give it up. Give it up. A round of applause for the brother, the hand clap, the snap, whatever it is that you do in jubilation. Let the brother know. We are on New Yorican Poets page live. Like I said, Urban Beat Poets Society is a page you can find on Facebook. hit that, like that, support that, be about that, please. El David, papi, tú mataste eso.
Oh, I wasn't done. Am I done?
No, papi, you're not done.
Oh,
I'm just.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No, I'm gagging over the other three, honey.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
roll the pastel. Papi, ese pastel no necesita carne. Yes, honey. Okay.
This is from my new book, Growing Up Rican, Borinquen Seba.
Before you start,
yep.
Let them know where they can find all your stuff at, please.
Yeah, lwrights.com and amazon.com have the books. And it's on the ebook everywhere.
Thank you.
All right. Borinquen Seba. Borinquen Seba, uprooted from its native soil, still dripping from the last tropical storm, fighting to dig its roots into concrete, establish a firm grip into volatile ground, desperately stretching for the sun. It seems further away in the grave than it was in the island that it was birthed in. Its rays do not kiss her leaves as affectionately as it once did in La Isla, where the trade winds melded with thick heat. Now struggles to grow in the face of hate and neglect, unappreciated. No longer serenaded by the coquille, she finds rhythm in hurried hearts to sway and flow against the New York "you do not belong here" winds that she wrestles with, that she wrestles with, that she rests still with. The resilience of faith of her roots. This is straight answer. I have had enough of wagging tongues, delivering shotgun theories on lives they know nothing about. It is like telling the rain how it feels to fall on forest flames before it can feed the roots. Their expertise, a loosely wrapped bundle of fabled rants to ease discomfort, constantly digging for bones to discover the origin of gay life, because a person being born gay is an idea too radical a pill for them to swallow. However, they eat up biblical sci-fi like it's the Last Supper, faith-shaming good folk with hellfire warnings, spraying holy water, trying to pray the gay away. Recognize, if the mancha does not wash off, it is a birthmark. People are not test tube lovers. It is not experimenting to go where your heart gravitates to. That is called nature. There are closets where hearts are hidden until they become skeletons because of dim-witted fools who make sin of certainty, who make ugly what is organic, who call anyone unlike them confused. Confusion is mistaking something for what it's not due to lack of understanding. Now, doesn't that perfectly describe them? No one can tell another person who they were born to love, just like you cannot tell the raindrop what it feels. You do not see any gay person questioning your sexuality, do you? And blasphemy? Aren't you the one playing God, dictating laws of humanity and laying down punishment on those who were not made in the image of you? Feverishly placing blame on anything you can find for what you deem a condition when there is nothing to blame, because being gay is not a fault to cast blame on. Please stop your rhetoric, research, and theories as to why someone is not like you. I guarantee there is not a single gay person in this entire world that is in need of a straight answer.
El David! Get off my face! Get off my screen! Listen. Yeah. Eating sci-fi like it's the Last Supper. I can't. Yo, my man, my brother, what is the name of that book again, and where can you get it?
Growing Up Rican. You can get it at amazon.com.
Cool. And it's under what author?
El David.
Hello, L-E-L, not L, David, E-L.
Right, E-L, yeah.
No, you have to explain it because, you know, people be mad simple sometimes. I love my people, but we be simple sometimes. I'd be like, no, papi, it's L, like the word L, E-L. El David on Amazon, honey, yes. Ooh.
So I was going to close with something a little less...
No, do it.
Do it, honey. You got me more open than a first gun on her date, honey. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Peggy, that smile.
This is called this piece.
There it goes, guys. Growing up Rican. Yep, she got it. Tiffany's showing you right now. Yep.
Nice.
Tiffany just made a purchase on it. She's like, thank you.
This last piece I was one that Chulisi worked on with me, because when I did it, I was speeding up like real fast, and he was like, you got to slow down. So I wanted to end with this because not only because it's happy, but this was the turning point in my spoken word presence, because Chulisi taught me and about 30 other people how to perform with rhythm, but at a steady pace. It's a little happy, not that happy. When describing poetry, by what or whose standard do you define this art of word? Are you fooled by the scholars into thinking poetry is this fixed form imprisoned by uniform stanzas that are outside the borders of who you truly are? Madness. Poetry is free. It cannot be detained, structured to any one form. It is wild and free in its purest existence. Poetry is elevated thought, the rhythm of imagination dancing to the poet's song to excite pleasure in the poet and anyone for whom the piece rings true. If I don't speak like you, if I don't write like you, if my words do not contain your cadence, style, and structure, if my words reflect the culture that are too far removed from yours, does that automatically rule it not poetic? I am secure in my slang, my metaphor, my art of words. You will not see me fall to my knees before your ideals for a quick mind fuck, you pompous, arrogant, mind terrorizing motherfuckers. I am not interested in your abstract riddling words. I spit my life, streets, sazón y pegar. You will not hear me recite verses that boggle the mind, leaving folks lost and confused or pretending to understand. Saying things like, that was some deep intellectual poetry. What the fuck is intellectual poetry? What makes it intellectual? Your degree, your race, your accent. This is why you will never hear me recite some bullshit, esoteric words like butterflies bleed shadows that echo in rocks. Fuck that shit. I define my poetic art, and you should do yourself the favor of defining your fucking own.
Yes.
I tried to remember it. I tried.
Nah, Papi, that's good, man. That's good. It's one of my favorite pieces that you do, actually.
Right.
Whenever I think of El David, I always go to that piece, and then I start thinking about the other things. It's so rare that I bump into someone that me and you have had so many conversations that, you know, we're kind of the same age, so we had that same kind of upbringing and we had that same kind of street life. So it's like so refreshing to know that you still got that fire, you still got that passion, you still have a way with words, you still give it authenticity, you're still true to your word. I love that. I you don't understand my adoration for you. You have no idea.
Hey, what I mentioned, bro. Hey, listen. Once I knew that you loved Bohannon and you even knew who he was, I knew that we would get along. Absolutely. Peggy, you keep smiling at me. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
I love you. I love the fam. Continue doing what you're doing, Papi. Urban Beats Poets. It is the shit. I am so proud of that you do. Hold that space and the weight. Man, listen, I have people, because I go in and out. I just have a lot going on in my life. So I go in and out whenever you have your stuff. And every time I hear like a different poet I've never heard, I'm like, oh, I like it. He's setting the bar. You're setting the tone. And that's a great thing to do, man. When you do that, you know that you're just representing everything that it is. You know what I mean? Plus, you're from the Bronx, boo. Hello.
Absolutely.
Todo el Bronx es duro, papa. It's so hard. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tiffany, are you ready, my love? You're on mute.
Hola, I'm ready.
Okay. So let me give you now, guys. Tiffany, I had met I was working with this guy named Jose from Soul Tree. He does his own shows as well. Cool guy. And he had invited me one day to one of his shows. And for those who know me personally, you guys know I hate going to poetry shows. Because to me, after the third poet, I feel like I heard the same thing because they always do that. And when I slip in and trees, and I can't, after a while, I just can't be nice and it's in my face and I'm like, right. And he had invited this young lady and I thought she was going to spit poetry. And when she opened her mouth to sing, I literally stopped and was like, I said, who the hell invited this chick to this party? But I kept my word and I went up to her and I said, you're going to come back and you're going to perform for me. And she was like, cool. You know, she could have looked at me and be like, who the hell are you? It was like, who's this guy? Like, he's crazy. Because you know me, I'm very like, hey, never, you know. My energy sometimes is too much for people. And you came and you murdered that space, baby. And I've been a lover of your voice ever since.
Thank you.
So that's why I got you here. But let's give them, you know, let's do it the right way because it's all about the bio. Pero espera, ¿dónde se fueron todos? Míralo aquí. Aquí estoy. There we go. Tiffany Janelle is a Philly native, is a singer, songwriter, a poet, actress, and dancer. She is also an active member of community and promotes women empowerment. By the way, darling, most of the women that are watching the show, you're in the right tribe, honey. Tiffany Janelle is excited to share the virtual stage with other passionate creatives. Be on the lookout for her music to be released later this year. Until then, you can follow her on IG under Miss MS, Tiffany with 2 Fs, Janelle with 2 Ls. Miss Tiffany Janelle. Mama, it is all yours, baby.
Thank you so much. Yes, for the intro.
Hello.
So I am actually I'm gonna be doing 2 covers. The first one I performed at the last show, actually that Chuli and I were a part of. And it was a lot of fun. So I figured, why not? Tonight is about fun. So I want to share with you all. And hopefully you enjoy it. So here we go. Cover of Show Me Love. Is the music okay? Show me love, treat it like we freaking on the weekend. Show me love, I'll eat up the second times a minutes for your love. This is not the season for nobody else but us. I always get wrapped up in you, baby, I'm in love. We gon' get this love like we never done. Baby, I'm in love. Go ahead, show me love like we never done it. Oh, I got you running. Every time I give you some, show me love, oh love, enséñame amor, amor, enséñame amor, como me devoras en el cuarto, mi amor, me envuelven los segundos y momentos, mi amor, esta temporada solamente tú y yo, siempre me envuelve tu mirada, mi amor, we gon' get this love like we never done it, baby, I'm in love, go ahead, show me love like we never done it, oh, I got you one, every time I give you some, show me love, oh love, enséñame amor, amor, baby, won't you show me love, oh yeah, 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 oh no, 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 yeah. That's that. I started playing a completely different song, but cool.
You tickle me, my love. Your voice tickles me.
Stop. Well, thank you. This last one is actually a mashup I love mashups. I don't know, they just do something for me. It's something about putting all the songs that I just love and can't make a decision on which one I want to cover into one. So here's another one. This is a throwback for sure. I guess it's cool for a Flashback Friday, but here we go. You love me, it's specially different, yeah. You love me, it's specially different. Every time you keep me on my feet, happily excited by your cologne, your hands, your smile, your intelligence. You me, you caught me, you tease me, you please me, you school me, give me some things to think about, ignite me, you invite me, you co-write me, you love me, you like me, you inside me to co-write. I remember when I lost my mind. It was something so pleasant about that place. 'Cause even your emotions had an echo with so much space. Ooh, yeah. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I guess I just knew too much. Ooh, does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Well, maybe I'm crazy. Partially. Oh, yeah. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you and make you want me. Ooh la la la, it's the way that I rock when I'm doing my thing. Ooh la la la, it's a natural light Tiffany brings. Ooh la 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 la, sweet thing, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yo, El David, what I said. Yo, bro,
I kept going back and forth to all my people because let me tell you, my peoples,
I love the tribe that I come from, but we're so talented that when we are looking at other people,
there's a standard we put them up to. In the back of our minds, we're like, oh, okay, that's cute. They were all like this. I was like, yes, yes, yes.
I get excited when I get to bring people in and because your voice is so fresh for us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you did that thing. I was not ready for Jill.
Philly. I had to.
Yeah, Jenny from Philly. Yeah. Most def. Somebody on the on my watch party was like, "Oh, Jenny from Philly. I hear." Very nice. Thank you so much, people. You can hit her up on IG, Miss MS Tiffany with 2 F's, Janelle with 2 L's on IG. She has a lot of stuff up there. She has your release is coming out very soon, right?
Shooting for the end of the year, so
okay.
It'll be a single that'll be released. So
nice. Absolutely. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
You know, Jose over at Solar Tree, that's who I'm partnering with on the single. So
nice.
So Jose, that's how I was able to meet you.
Yes.
So I'm grateful.
I love Jose. For those who don't know Jose again, he holds there's another page called Soul Tree. He does a lot of entertainment showcases. I call him my Benny Medina. I'm his J-Lo to his Benny Medina. He's amazing. Like, I point to it and he makes it happen. I'm like, I want that. And he's like, all right, let's do it. And I'm like, wow, he really did do it. Thank God I'm always prepared to do my stuff. Hi, Rebecca, my love. Mi negra linda. Tú siempre eres mi negra linda. Yo no cambio contigo. Tú eres mi negra linda, mami. Yo lo digo siempre, ¿verdad? Between me and you, don't tell nobody. Between me and you, yo me pongo lesbian para ti. No se lo diga a nadie. Don't let nobody know. I love my peoples, man. I love them. They understand me. They're like, oh, no, that's Choo-Choo. He's just like, other people are like, who is that? You know, my people are like, man, that's Choo, man. So, again, thank you again, Tiffany. I'm high off of you. Like, I would like that recording for myself just to hear it. So when you got time, send it, girl. I'll be like, yes, honey. She's giving me Liz life.
I got you. And I promise I'm going to cover La Lupe. I'm actually La Tirana just for you.
She could do it. Guys, she could do it. I wanted her to do it for this, but she could do it. And how I found out was she was auditioning for a play. And the person requested La Lupe. And she threw it to me. And when I heard it, I was like, yo, man. If you can do La Lupe, you good. Because La Lupe is soul and pain, baby. She sings from Soul and Pain. So I'm very happy to announce the third person. Oh my God, I love him. My third guest is someone that I've known for a very, very long time. When I see him perform, honestly, I've never seen somebody be so animated and how they do spoken word. It's like watching a cartoon. And I've always said that, man. If you join yourself into a cartoon, kids would actually join in. They'll be like, it's him, the spoken word guy. But let me give you his bio as well, because everybody deserves their rightful credits. Because this job that we do, this entertainment, this writing words, this singing, it's not an easy thing to do. And we definitely don't do it for the money. We definitely do it for the love. You know what I mean? So if you ever see a writer or anyone artistic, support them, especially if they're independent, man. Support them. Buy their single, buy their shirts, buy their books. We're not rich off of this. We really do it because we love it and it's a calling. You know what I mean? My next guest is Advocate of Words. Hi, puppy. I love you. Advocate of Words is an award-winning performing poet, certified breeder of mythical creatures, and an educator who teaches his students how to talk their way out of detention. He hosts the New Yorican Poets Cafe Monday night online open mic. It's also on the New Yorican Poets Cafe page. And tomorrow, he will be hosting the Tantalizing Productions Erotic Open Mic. And this fall, he will be facilitating free. He will be facilitating free poetry performance workshop for adults. His work has been featured or covered by the LA Times, CNN, Univision, for those who are Spanishly impaired, Univision, PBS, and more. Without further ado, one of my main people, man, I give you Advocate of Words.
Oh,
there you go, babe. I can hear you now, puppy.
Awesome. You know, Chulisi, if you really loved me, you wouldn't have had me gone on after Tiffany. You wouldn't have done that to me. You know, you wouldn't have done that to me. So I just want to say that. But I still love you. I still love you. Tiffany was awesome, but I still love you. All right, so here we go. My heart is a hoarder, a museum of seasonal junctures, unforgettable lovers, and relics that no longer bring me joy. It is a vagabond and in a clunker. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Let me start again. My heart is a hoarder, a museum of seasonal junctures, unforgettable lovers, and relics that no longer bring me joy. It is a vagabond in a clunker, driving in circles down memory lane. And I am its curator with a bias, its chauffeur with a poetic license, its audience. Skewed remembrances live on like remakes of vintage movies. The old ticker loves the classics. It's become quite burdensome to carry all these reels, rather heavy on the sleeves. When you keep everything, it is difficult to find anything. Nostalgia has a way of indoctrinating the soul, tearing at and rewiring the thread holding truth to a recalled occurrence, and it occurs to me, what if the real experiences I've buried for the rainy days have fossilized into something not near its truth? Is it possible that my pain is just a smudge of a speck of ink of inconvenience that time and imagination has turned into a galactic abyss? And on the other side of that spectrum, maybe a former lover that had an end wasn't love at all. Maybe my mind has enlarged these memories, those distant reflections, so as to be sure I'd never forget them. My mitochondrium's nom de plume is idiot savant. It knows all the keys, yet so much is lost in translation. Misunderstood, can't find the words. When you keep everything, it is difficult to find anything. Sticky fingers in too many pockets. A penchant for the extrovert, the God creator with a devilish complex. My living, unsolicited journal. My heart is a hoarder, a museum of seasonal junctures, unforgettable lovers, and relics that no longer bring me joy. It is a vagabond in a clunker, driving in circles down memory lane. So that's my first poem. My heart is a hoarder. So that's a new one. So next, what I want to share is this section. I'm calling it too short to be a poem, but too many syllables to be a haiku. So they're really short. So here we go. A couple of these I've done and a couple are new. So
Papi, everything you do, I treat it like new.
Okay. So let me make sure. Here we go. I said to her, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. She said, great, you lead. The relationship went nowhere. And the poem, poem number 2, micro poem. I'm surprised how many fears of fatherhood I've survived, being that the original me perished during sonhood a few times. And the poem, next one. Have you ever watched a god use his crown to shovel through his own grave in search of his soul, praying it is still in the last place he saw it? It makes for deeper burial plots. And the poem.
Wait a minute. No, you gotta let me breathe that. Can you please say that one more time? Are you out of your mind? Like,
how are you gonna say some shit like that
when there's like a whole bunch of people who are into Ifa? Like, let's talk about that.
All right.
Hit that one more time. Give it to me slowly, Papi, because that was digestible as fuck.
All right. I'm sorry. You know, without the people there, like, I'm not seeing anyone. I'm looking at my work. So here we go. Have you ever watched a god use his crown to shovel through his own grave in search of his soul, praying it is still in the last place he saw it? It makes for deeper burial plots.
When I see you, I'm gonna punch in your face. That means that it was really good.
I'm from the Bronx. I know how it is. We say punch in the neck. Punch in the neck. Yes.
Wow, Papi. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, because you're feeding me right about now.
I am butterfly wearing caterpillar scars. Colorful language can be so distracting from the obvious. And the poem. And then the last one. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree unless there is a hurricane. I can't wait to be swept off my feet and become a new person again. End of poem. So those are my micro poems, as I call them, too small to be a real poem, too many syllables to be a haiku. So
butterfly wearing caterpillar scars. Where you coming off? What's wrong with him today, people? You got me thinking I gotta do some more writing. Jesus. Go ahead, boo. I'm sorry, Papa. You be giving me the vibes. All you people do.
I'm glad you liking it, man. Especially after you set me up, put me after Tiffany, man. I'm not gonna forget that.
He's not gonna let me forget that, guys. He really isn't.
No. You owe me 2 lunches for that. 2 lunches, okay?
I'll text him in 3 days and he'll be like, is Tiffany gonna be there?
She could be there, but I just gotta go first. And she goes after me. Then I don't look bad. You know what I'm saying? All right. So this poem I'm gonna do, it's no poem, but like I haven't done it in a while, and I'm just feeling like the end of the summer, school's coming up, I feel like doing it. So, and every poet has their favorite love poem, and this is my favorite poem about love. I turn acorns into bombs and play wingman at the barber. Make a motorbike out of bus seats and fly to lands that man don't bother. Slick down slabs too narrow for a 6'1" body just for the smiles I barter. All in the day's work of me hoping to become a better father. I got a billion yeses in reserve for when my son asks, wanna play with me? I might let him curse on the low, but he will say please and thank you graciously. Like his pops, he tends to talk a lot and he'll force you to learn how to listen patiently. But don't be alarmed if you see us walking down the street shooting imaginary laser beams. We like to do that. Every toy in the store that greets his eyes, I promise he's requesting. And I keep saying no until he starts asking the right type of questions. Because I can't always be there to be an immediate intervention. So even in between the Millennium Falcon and Death Star, I sneak in a lesson. I'll be damned if that next Lego set is built by I. Let him throw a tantrum and huff and puff and sit and cry. Let him hold his breath, even put his own finger in his eye. I purchase said item, I'll make him earn it. And after he throws his fit, he'll try. May he learn that people only truly support those who are doing for themselves, and we are all just one lost privilege away from living in a hell. So carry a big stick, but don't knock others' hearts off their shelves. Morals emit rings and karma hears all toll bells. Now, I have no idea how anyone on this Zoom call sees the role of a parent. The end-all be-all of raising a kid is not what I'm declaring. By no means am I some super dad who's ethereal seafaring. I just felt like the need for more sincere love poems as a parent. It has taken a child to make me feel self-conscious, put me on the stage, even on Zoom, and I promise you, Chulisi, I'm thinking, I got this. I can make slang sound proper, make malleable out of the obnoxious, but being charged to be the father of heaven's favorite comes with no manual I could stick in my back pocket. I show bravery when scared and hide a moon of fear behind the marble of courage. Indeed, mini-me has given me more than just a proverbial purpose. Yo, someone better tell advocate of words that someone is dissecting the validity of his verbiage. Every word, every connotation, every action is broken down like PETA at a circus. So, in closing, if my son wants to grow up and become a hippie who will cook and bake and griddle soy, or Nuyorican poet, still unwilling to deal with his own complexes like a fickle Freud. The day he steps out from under my shadow will be one of bitter joy, because although he is destined to become a great man, he will always be my little boy. Thank you.
I love it. I've seen that grow. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You and your boy relationship is beautiful. Don't ever stop that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's
by the way, take some time to go into the chat, honey. You got some big ups, honey. People are like, it's dope as fuck. What the hell? Yo. I love it. I'm having a great time. I missed the stage so much. Zoom is great, but there's something that happens when we actually interact with the audience and we have their energy, and we take that with us. That's what feeds us. That's what gives us that extra oomph that we like to give. So hip hip parade to you guys for actually making it feel like we're there, because it's not an easy feat. It really isn't. A lot of people don't know. When you're used to performing and you have no one in front of you, there's a different dialogue going on in your head as a performer. Like, I wonder if someone's picking their nose. Are they actually listening to me? Am I boring somebody? All that stuff goes on in your head. Okay. Kiyomi, are we ready?
We're ready. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you your intro. Kiyomi Tarver is a dancer and poet who uses her art to explore her relationship with vulnerability and self-awareness. She shares her personal experience as vehicle to self-expression and freedom. Her signature show, Love and War, which, by the way, blew me away, is a multimedia production about learning to love in the midst of the war. We'll be returning to the stage this fall. Without further ado, someone from my personal tribe and an amazing woman, Kiyomi Tarver.
For you, I'm falling. Catch me. I pray you. Listening to the lies you tell yourself about you, I pray you catch me. Whispering all the affirmations I left in your womb, I pray you catch me. I hope you realize the piercings on your hands were self-inflicted. God, you see her beneath all the wet. I hope when you look at your reflection, you, like the river, are connected to the source. Before understanding death is good news, how many times must they bury you? Before knowing crucifixion isn't beneath you, how many times must you resurrect? Always new, always moving, giving life and wet to the dry, bringing nutrients to the feet of even the unworthy, without forcing anything. Ignore how you too are a force. Call the river every name but your own and confuse it for the wind, refusing your real name, the one you ignore, the regal one, but she knows your name. Rather than praying to the God within you, begging, you press your palms together. Your name often, the holy part of you call. I pray you catch me. I'm falling for you.
You can taste the dishonesty, it's all over your breath as you pass it off so cavalier. But even that's a test, constantly aware of it all. My lonely ear pressed against the walls of your world, praying to catch you whispering. I'm praying to catch me listening. Praying to catch you whispering. I'm praying to catch you. I'm praying to catch you whispering. I'm praying to catch me listening. I'm praying to catch me.
Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. I met Kiyomi through True, who is another amazing poet. And I had met up with Latanya Devon, who's another amazing facilitator, workshop, and poet. And we went to go to
yeah, like if you had one poem in the anthology, two other ones, you had two each of me.
What's going on here? So I had met her, and I went to her actual show, Love and War, and I was amazed at what I had seen. I had never seen anyone do what she does. I'd never seen anyone interpret. I was just blown away. You ready, my love? Mama, you're sideways. You got to go the other way. There you go. Yes.
Hold on. I do want to go to the side. I'm going to try one more time. If it doesn't work, it is what it is. Does this work?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
We see you right.
I'm so grateful. Thank you for having me on.
All the time, baby. You're a joy.
There is a gospel right here. And if you are lucky, she will purify you. I am the best kind of filthy, holy witchcraft. You say heathen, and I laugh like God didn't give me all of this magic to hold. I am made from the best soil, planted, and always becoming. I've always been here. I've been set on fire for spells I couldn't explain, hung for pigment I was born with, throat slit for speaking things into existence. You think death scares a woman who knows that her spirit never leaves? Who knows that her kin will resurrect her when necessary? I fed my entire body to the Atlantic once, and I took my babies with me. I've taken my own life plenty of times. I am not afraid of you. You are not an ocean. And water stays right here. And even when I am more flames and I am wet, I will still offer you a drink. I am saved and killed with these very hands. I've made fragments look like pretty pictures. Now breaking will not feed these babies. And I don't want her to inherit my lonely because she deserves all of the good parts of me. I keep secrets right here in my pussy for the blessed. She always has the best things to say, always relevant, and you guessed it, always mine. I told you that I was holy, but don't let big knees fool you. You are not who I pray to, but you are more than welcome to join. I can't explain this urge to hold broken bottles and shout, I wish that a motherfucker would. I am always ready to cut and cry and dance and hold and run. This love and this fight is passed down to me to keep me safe. I have women who are gone but never left, looking out for me. So watch your hands and watch your fucking mouth. I am not yours. You paid no price, no ransom. You took my God and you made her look nothing like me. And she has been the enemy ever since. Submissiveness was a trick that I played. God lit you her rib. You returned it to cinder. I am glad you shared something with me, even if it was mine to begin with. But I would give you the rib back if you wanted it, though. Give you this entire body if you needed it. I would use my own magic to make me forget that I was even magical. It wouldn't be the first time that I forgot it, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Ooh, baby.
grandmother's favorite song, my grandfather's favorite shotgun, my father's favorite drink, and my mother's favorite absolute everything. I am many things: impatient, loving, self-sufficient, skeptical as fuck, smart, beautiful, worthy, worthy, worthy. I have brothers who are honest with me, sisters who will fight and cut and shoot and then come pray with me. I am learning not to watch the exits. I am learning not to wait for those I love to leave me. I am learning to show the door to anyone unwilling to stay. I am learning that this body is the church that I have always been praying for. I am many things, loved, be most of them. Turns out I am everything. And turns out I always have been. Thank you. For my last piece, really quickly, I would love for you to write one word that explains your love. What does your love look like? What does your love feel like? One word. And Chulisi, let me know a word.
Yeah, she's asking everybody. So the first 4 people that can put up what is love, I will give it to her and she will interpret it. Okay, I got 1 word. I got 2 words. 2 more, guys. I need 2 more. All right, I got them. The first word is loyal.
Second.
Fulfilling. Art. And the last word is faithful.
Thank you.
I am so happy. I'm excited. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, y'all.
Thank you so much. So my people, this has been an amazing show. I am a poet. I am a singer. I'm a writer. I will close the show with one of my poems. El David, it's very funny that you did a poem about gay, because that was the poem that I had for the day. The poem is called Maricón. I have a book coming out in 2021 called Maricón. For those who don't know what maricón means, it is actually a very nasty way of calling someone gay. It's like the equivalent of calling a black person nigger. It's the equivalent of calling a Puerto Rican a spick. When you call a gay person maricón, it's just nasty. It's just really, really nasty. But this part of the book is finding myself and how I became the man that I am today. They called me maricón, that I was already destined to a life of misery and loneliness, that my sexual identity, a scarlet letter, branded deep into my tissue like a fraternity mark, showing the world that my touch comes with a little something extra, that I was not considered normal, an unforgiven embarrassment, killer of the family tree just because I won't multiply, not go forth and be fruitful. They look at me as empty space, something needed to be adorned or filled to be pleasant to the eye. The unruly guest that won't leave. You know, the one you have to invite and pray for the best when they show up. They call me faggot, as if it's a job title, with a degree in hurt, betrayal, and abandonment. Not really mommy's daughter, definitely not papa's son. No manual or list on how to. They will never know that love is simple, that this boy could bring salvation to a broken legacy. So I till soil on dry earth, produce love from a bleeding heart, and I become a man, I become a storm, I become me, in spite that the world will always make me know what it is to know war. My people, it has been a pleasure to do a Chulisivision show with you. Stay healthy, stay loved, wear your masks, hug somebody, kiss yourself, wink yourself in the mirror and say, I'm number one. And I'll see you in the cut. It's been a pleasure. Chulisivision always. To my guests, I love you. El David, Tiffany, Advocate, Kiyomi. Thank you so much for always believing and always being a part of what I love to do, and that is to make people forget for 1 hour that life ain't so hard, man. We good. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. Love y'all.